All right, so we'll get much more into this game as we roll on. But first, let's get you some breaking news from the NHL's head offices as a word has come down on a suspension chaser. Duncan Keith will be suspended for 1 game for his stick to the face of Jeff Carter last night in game number 3. It was a huge buzz around the hockey world last night and all day today. Again, what do you make now of this decision last night? I don't think you thought it should have been a suspension, you said, as I talked to you, but it is 1 game. What do you think?
Well, I mean, when you look at this, and nobody's more prepared to make a statement and a decision on this than Brendan Shanahan, because if anybody could accidentally high stick somebody in the face, it would be Brendan Shanahan. and here you can see Keith's swinging his stick at him. He catches him in the face. It was careless. He can say, well, I was trying to get him up in the shoulder, and I was mad because he slashed his hand and all of that. To be honest with you, Carter did take a poke at his hand. He wasn't trying to get him in the glove, and it's not fair in the playoffs, and that's just the way it works. Keith has got to accept the responsibility for what he's done here. He's put his team in a bad place. He deserves to be suspended for the game. He's getting suspended for the game. But, I mean, it's reoccurring with him. He's sneaky sly with that stick. He's done it plenty of times around the league. And if you want to get somebody out there, you will. The thing that I'm disappointed in him is he apologized for it. I mean, you've already swung your stick and hit a guy in the face. You don't need to apologize for it. It's probably going to get you some room in the future. But at the end of the day, I can tell you the guy that disciplined him would never, he'd have done that. And then he would have he never would have apologized or said sorry about it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you were trying to do it. You got him. Yeah. Serve your suspension. Go on about your game. That's what makes Keith a good player sometimes, too. He gets a little bit of room. He is a little bit, you're unsure of him or out there. He is a tough guy. He will take a shot at you with his stick. It doesn't bother him a bit, and don't apologize for it.
Do you think Keith's, I guess, previous history, of course, the elbow with Daniel Zadine last year, paid anything into this?
Listen, he's done other things in the past where he's maybe got a warning or something here along the way. Of course it had something to do with it, and he can say, well, I didn't mean to do it then, too. You know what? You keep crying wolf, and you're going to get caught. But like I said, it's a battle. It's the playoffs. There's no need to apologize for it. It's mean. It's not fun out there. You got the guy with the stick. You got caught. You got suspended. Move on. Chicago Blackhawks need you. You're a leader. You're tough. And the reason that he's so effective is he's got a little edge to him. And guys know that about him. So Duncan Keith isn't going to get the benefit of the doubt. It's happened before. You know, there's 20 stitches in the guy's mouth. He got suspended. But that's it. Move on.
All right, let's see the video next by the player of Department Safety. This just in, Duncan Keith serving a 1-game suspension tomorrow night.
Tuesday night in Los Angeles, Blackhawks defenseman Duncan Keith received a double minor for high-sticking Kings forward Jeff Carter. As the video shows, Keith and Carter engage each other behind the play. As Keith goes to pick up his glove, Carter comes down with his stick on what appears to be Keith's glove or possibly his hand. Either way, Keith then responds with a one-handed upward swing with the blade of his stick, which hits Carter directly in the face, causing a 20-stitch cut, as well as injuring some teeth. This is more serious than a case of a player simply having to be responsible for his stick. It is not an accidental high stick, nor is it a defensive high stick to an opponent. This is a retaliatory high stick to an opponent that causes an injury. Although Keith asserts that he did not intend to hit Carter in the face or hit him with such force, he does admit to intentionally swinging his stick at Carter as Carter is skating away from him. It should also be noted that even if Carter did indeed chop down on top of Keith's hand, that still does not justify the extent of Keith's actions. In summary, this is high sticking. Keith is a repeat offender. Carter suffered an injury on the play. The Department of Player Safety suspended Duncan Keith for 1 game.
All right, so there you see the explanation video chaser. It was retaliatory, says Brendan Shanahan, not an accident, and it led to an injury. So now after seeing that, what do you think?
Well, I understand why he's getting the game suspension, certainly. But and the one thing I want to say, too, the LA Kings, I give them a lot of credit. Carter, there's not a lot of whining going on about it either. They're just trying to figure out how they got to win the next game and letting the league handle it. And that I commend them for as well. It's a battle in front of the net. Your emotions are high. Your intentions are high. And people can say, well, you know, that's really dumb. And that's, you know what, if you're a guy that plays in it, he wasn't trying to hit him in the face. He did. Okay, he got him up in the face. He's trying to give him a little reminder. And the emotions, as I said, and adrenaline, unless you're in the middle of that, you're never going to know how high the emotions run in it. Now, the fact that, Carter is cut on it, he's upset about it, and there's no love lost between these two. To go over and apologize, though, come on, it's playoffs. If you think it's going to make a difference in your team winning and losing, you're going to do that all day long. And people might not want to hear that, but trust me. And I love when they say, well, I wasn't trying to hurt him. Of course you are. You're trying to, every time you run across the ice in the playoffs and you're trying to hit a guy, you don't want a long-term injury, but you're certainly trying to make a difference in the physical play and trying to hurt him.
All right, we'll see what this means for lineup changes tomorrow night for the Chicago Blackhawks and whether or not the Kings can exploit the fact that the Norris Trophy winning defenseman Duncan Keith will not be playing in game number 4.